the group was such a great group, the original group. We got along so well. And we just had really a lot of fun and a lot of pride in helping launch this. So early on, mainly because of the people involved, it was pretty obvious that we were going to be a success.
We were just looking at ways to raise money from Bexley residents and then to return it back to the city. I think when we started to ask people to join our group and no one said no, that we knew we had a real entity on our hands that could make a difference in the life of this community.
At that time, we had the Bexley Education Foundation for Education, but there was no organization, private organization, focused solely on Bexley community needs. And there was no organization connecting donors who wanted to support community projects with projects.
I actually have lived in Bexley virtually my entire life. I've lived in 4 houses on the same street and then another house as well. And I really love Bexley. I love the community. I love the people who live here and the feeling we have of a real neighborhood. So I wanted to be contributing to the feeling and the importance of Bexley.
We did beehives for the Boy Scouts. And we did there was something, I don't know, a party where a neighborhood could rent a kit and put on block parties. So in the beginning, they were just little things.
Early on, we looked at plans for Jeffrey Mansion. We looked at the gateways to Bexley. We looked at what could we do to make Bexley even more special than it was at that time. And I think we've made a lot of progress.
And it was a big effort on being transparent. And we had full financial disclosure about how much money we had, how much we spent, so that we tried to be truly an open, community-based organization.
It occurred to me that the needs of the city were not going to be able to be taken care of through the budget funds that were available, not the needs of the city as far as streets, as far as police, but the events that turn a city into a community. And it was about that time that Pete Halliday and I started talking about how we could make a difference in the community by bringing private funds into the public sector.
Probably just from the beginning, I knew that it would be a success because, as I said, Pete was such a important part of it and had such a commitment. And the rest of us all felt a true love for the city and our own commitment.
Pete Halliday was really the principal organizer.
My name is Peter B. Halliday. I was born in 1937, 2 blocks away from the Jeffrey Mansion. I went to Bexley High School where I was captain of the football team and vice president of the school. I've had a wonderful experience living in the city of Bexley. In 1949, I was out cutting the grass at 47 North Parkview. An elderly gentleman walked by and stopped me and said, "Hi, Pete, I want to talk to you." And I said, "Fine, what can I help you with?" He said, "Well, I've noticed your work ethic." And he said, "I think you're going to be a very successful young man." And he said, "I want to give you something that you might remember the rest of your life." And I said, "Well, that's great. What is it?" And with that, he reached into his pocket, gave me a set of keys. And he said, "I want you to keep these keys and remember that it's more important in life to give back more to your community than you have received from that community." The man that did that was Harrison Sayre, the founder of the Columbus Foundation. A select group of residents who, along with Janet and myself, contributed $50,000 into the Bexley Heritage Fund, which has now evolved into the Bexley Community Foundation, which has given back over $3 million to this community. So I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. Well, I think it goes back to what Harrison Sayre said. He said, if you want to have a fulfilling life, give back to your community more than you have gotten.